Hello, it's me, it's Becca Hodgekins. What's a quackalagan? Sorry I haven't done a video in such a long time. Basically, Dad has had Hitler-like control over the Wi-Fi recently because of an incident that happened at school the other week. Basically, I'm in the netball team and it was the big tournament semi-final against Colston's all-girls school, and everybody knows that the biggest bee of that school is Deborah Manford. And she started a beef with me mid-match because everybody knows that I'm a directioner and she's a believer, or skank as they're more commonly known. So I threw the netball, not really meaning to, really hard at the back of her head, and she is currently in a tiny little coma. But Dad has eased up actually recently because I've been going to see her in the hospital every other school night and reading her The Hunger Games. Weirdly, I've actually gotten to like her now. I mean, she's quite a good listener. I mean, she's in a coma and whatever, but after I talk to her about Bobby, the boy I fancy in English, for a few hours, she starts to get like a little twitch in the corner of her eye, and I start to think, well, maybe I'm getting through to her. I don't know. Speaking of Bobby, today's video is going to be about a question I get asked a lot from you guys. How do I get a boy to like me? So, here's Becca Hodgkins' top tips. Number 1, boy sweat. It's common knowledge that boys sweat a lot, but they sweat even more when they're around a girl they like, so I never leave home without my packet of pH strips. They test the acidity of body liquids and are basically a girl's best friend. So, simply talk to a boy or stand in his personal space for 10 to 15 minutes and then stuff one under his armpit and get some sweat on the end of the strip. They usually get freaked out and run away at this point, so you'll have plenty of space to work out your findings. Remember, if it's blue, he's not for you. If it's red, get him in bed. Or contact his doctor, because he might have meningitis. Number 2, throw stuff. Now, every time I throw my pocket dictionary at the back of Bobby's head in English, he always turns around and gives me a sexy look like this. So, throwing things can be a great way to let a boy know you're thinking about him. However, be aware of the size of the object you're throwing, because I put Danny Ebbins into A&E last year with a rounders bat. But I did insist on being the ride-along in the ambulance, and after he recovered, he took me to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in IMAX. So, it's your call. Number 3, sex box. Now, many hot ADHD boys are hidden away playing Minecraft, and if you can tap into this sweet, sweet boy-or, then you'll become the master boy miner. I find playing boys at video games is a great way of finding out which boys are into you. I've set up an Xbox Live account and I play all the boys in my class. They think they're playing with a boy called Anthony Mason, but it's actually me. So lads, you got any lasses you after? Any wee hens you got your eye on?
Well, there's this girl in my class called Saskia.
Number 4, don't force it. What you want with a boy is a bit of a spark, a bit of electricity, but you don't want to force it. However, you can nudge it that way. If you want your next conversation with a boy to have the electricity you need, I suggest rubbing your socks along any hallway carpet for 20 to 30 minutes before meeting up with him. This will flood your body with static electricity. So when you go up to him and you're like, hi, and you touch his shoulder, it'll be like, zap! And that night when he's thinking about you, he'll be like, I really felt something with Becca today. Zap! Zap! Number 5, some Derren Brown shit. Because of the fluoride that the government puts into our public drinking water, you'll often find that boys are a lot more docile and easy to manipulate than you first imagine. Subliminal suggestions work very well with boys because of their slightly undeveloped brains. You may have noticed that I've been using subliminal suggestions in this video. And I use similar techniques at school, writing my name into library books, getting Saskia to shout my name off the top of the cafeteria balcony at lunch break, and it actually works. I had Peter Sittons ringing me the other week crying because he said he had an urge to ring me, but he had no idea why. I know why, Peter Sissons. I know why. And finally, the 3 letters that have got me the most boy action, and they're basically like my mantra. SCF. Or small controllable fires. Boys love to be needed, so start a fire at your desk, in your bag, or on the corner of your shirt. And when a boy comes to your rescue, you'll soon know who your knight in shining armour is. But don't do what Saskia did. She had her hair full of VO5 maximum strength body miser and she went up like a Roman candle. Mr. Derrickson had to put her out in the end. And Saskia said he touched her leg. Saskia fail. So that's all my secrets that I'm willing to part with, and I hope that helps. Anyway, check you out next time. I love you all, bitches. Oh wait, before I go, can I just say, I'm actually glad that Zayn and Louis were caught smoking drugs because now all the fake One Direction fans are leaving the fandom. Bye, carrots. Live hardcore to be hardcore.